see her level damage. Surge. Oh, I can.
Man, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Like, oh wait, this could be a lot of damage right here. Oh, never mind. I take it back. It's another quick. Wow.
Vortex kick.
Vortex kick. Arts
And
down.
killing that Bart.
Gotta be game.
Oh, wow, that's game.
Alright everyone, and welcome back to Wbel Season 2. This is it. The moment has come. So we are currently in the playoffs. This is the round 1 that's starting right now. We'll be covering today the blind division. And as usual, I'm with my good friend Chisei.
Hey there, Nero.
So, I won't be featured this week, but you are.
Yep, I got my match versus Sushi this week, so it's a fun one. I'll say that much.
In comparison with the regular season, for the playoff it's going to be a best of 3. And this until 2 players reaches the grand final, where it's going to be a best of 5. Today we'll be covering 2 series, so it's going to be yours, so Chisei against Sushi, and after that we're going to cover the Maechen against Ksaun. I really hope that they're going to be exciting and they're going to be both in the third 3 matches, despite the fact that I really don't have any voice today.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that it goes to see a bunch of really fun, close matches between everyone as well this week. Because especially for the playoffs, I want to see everyone bring their A game.
Yes.
I know I did.
Alright, let's jump into the first fight. Alright, so first match, we got, of course, Chisei against Sushi. So on your side, we got Lilith, Lucio, and Tyrell. On Sushi's side, we got A2, Shozelt, and Surges. So let's check that out.
Yep, let's get into it. So, we got my series. So this is my A team, and I would imagine this is probably Sushi's A team that we're both bringing against each other in the first match. The A2 Shozelt combo is deadly. And she starts them off, and you notice that she starts them off both next to each other, and they both are faster than my Lucio, which surprised me because my Lucio wasn't like the fastest, but he was probably around like 114, 115. So that Shozelt is a speedy boy. I expected the A2 to outspeed me. I did not expect that. So you'll see on my Lilith, I just used the ice and fire resistance buff. I also am running her with the fire resistance ring, or the ice resistance ring, so she is very, very high on ice resistance. A2 getting her haste buff off, which is really important because she's already incredibly fast. This is going to help her be even faster to the point of potentially even lapping me later on. And so we have Lucio getting his protective buff off. So all my units pretty much have the buffs that they need to be able to engage. And so the main thing is going to be who's able to hit each other first and how much damage you're going to be able to do. A2 getting off another buff, so she is all ready to go. My Lilith not in range to deal damage yet, but my Tyrell is. So he's going to do the first blow against the Surges.
So we got about 6k coming from Tyrell on Surges. Next we got Shozelt, Pressurize. Oh no! Killing in one shot that Tyrell and doing like 7k on that Lilith. Next we got Lucio doing about the same on the Shozelt and A2. Alright, so next we got A2, so we're going to have Retaliation. Destructive Spiral, not able to do nearly any damage on both units. Next we got Surges, so Leaping Assault, doing about 1k on that Lucio, is really tanky. Next we got Lilith, so that's really good. Oh no, she's only going for the Surges. Oh,
yeah.
So next we got Shozelt. So let's Hazard Break, so killing that Lilith before she could do AP Destructor. And so next we got Lucio and killing that A2, but she still had her re-raise and not able to finish up that Shozelt. That's going to be really big because he still has a turn after you. So Raining Man and healing that Shozelt again. So about 4k healing on each. Now we got Shozelt again. And nearly 5k, and we got A2 again, probably killing that Lucio.
Yeah. And the heal, just to rev the Salt Moon.
It was pretty damn close though, really pretty damn close. I think that the key of the match was because of the map, your Lilith didn't add the just the right spot to able to hit them all with an AP Destructor. Is it a single cross shape or it is a big diamond?
I think it's just a single cross shape. It's pretty small.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty small one range move.
Probably that with minus 40 AP on Shuzult, it will really have made a difference. But yeah, no, unfortunately for you, you were on the wrong side of the battle.
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree. Like if that AP Devastator, because she also not only had the fire ring for the ice resistance, but she also had Ifrit equipped, which gives Ice Eater up and gives more ice resistance. So she was really there to kind of deal a bunch of damage to ice units, because Sushi has both the A2 and the Uldoa, and I think those are the two scariest teams for me. So I definitely wanted a unit that would be very good against both of those. So my Lilith is who I was really counting on to take a lot of damage and deal a lot of damage, but the Shutselt, just being able to get in there, deal 7,000, just really chunked her. Because if you saw how much the A2 did, the A2 only did maybe about 1,000 to her. She didn't really do a whole lot at all. But the Shutselt, just being able to complement the A2 very well, it was too hard for me to kind of build against both of them there.
Yeah, this is it. It's because they were so damn fast that they could chain on you and lap you, and that's why the damage started to really build up at the end.
Yeah, when the A2 did her Rendement and then just stood still, and I saw her come back up on the turn counter, I'm like, dang it. Because once again, I did build my Lucio to be kind of fast. He has agility trust stones and things like that, but and he even has like the Shadow Link's TMR that gives 8 agility, but that only brings him up to like 113. So the A2 is still, I know she can get up into like the high 120s, low 130s, so she was probably built much faster.
Yeah, and you can't let them heal.
No, and that was the other thing too. I had the healing power down on Lilith, and but she died before she was able to apply it. So It was just unfortunate that the Lilith was not able to do what I was hoping she would.
Yeah, only the Surges got caught with it.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's jump into the next match.
Right.
Alright, so on your side there's no change, but on Sushi's side we're seeing Ravius, Luarta, and Irvine.
Yeah, I don't know if she was expecting a swap up on my side or if she just wanted to use some more units, and because she kind of has a game to play around with, so with her winning the first one. So I don't know exactly what she was expecting, or maybe the first match was a little too close for her liking and she wanted something a little bit more reliable. Either way, I will say that I did not change up a lot on my side. I changed up the initial positioning and like a buff on Tyrell, but that's really it. Because I was mostly scared about the A2 and the Uldoa, and I wasn't really scared about this team, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe that was a really bad way of thinking. Let's see if I should have been scared about this match. Because that was one thing, the buff that I was using on Lilith there is ice and fire, so that was kind of there to cover for the Luartha as opposed to the other one that's ice and wind. Even though it's a piece of armor, I thought the extra fire resistance could be good just in case this team came out. And here comes the first stage.
Alright, so with the follow-up, it nearly killed that Tyrell, and now we have the Ravius that's finishing the job. So we have 8 up on that Ravius. It's going to be very good, but now I see all the units are nearly grouped up, so that's really not good. At least Ravius is right in front of Chisei. Only the Ravius ate up the 40 AP minus. Oh, so the chain coming from Lilith and Lucio did a ton of that Ravius, so she had nearly done. Rapid release. Not a lot of damage on those two. The follow-up is also very low. Okay, a little bit more on that Lilith, so about 3k. But now Luarta and Irvine are going to be super grouped up. Alright, so you have 2 units down, so Lilith just ate the dust because of Irvine. Next we got Ravius. She got out of the way. Not enough to my liking. And that Irvine, okay, so it's starting to build up on your side. Next we got Lucio, and but able to hit them all. Yeah, I'm not betting a lot. And yeah, so nearly everyone is done, so only Irvine. Oh no!
Yeah.
So, oh no! Oh.
And I have no AP.
Jeez.
That was my reaction too.
So if this reaction wasn't proccing, I think that you were toast.
I think so too. Well, it's hard to know because the Berserk, I know Berserk increases the damage that he deals. And so even though he did an auto attack versus an ability, he had plenty of AP to do an ability. His ability before only did like 2,000 damage to Lucio. It wasn't doing a whole lot, but his auto attack did 5,000 because of the Berserk. So I don't know if he had the AP to do an ability, I think probably with the follow-up, it probably would have killed. It's hard to know. It's really hard to know, but same thing with me with the auto attack. Before he healed from the Berserk, I think my auto attack would have killed him, but the Berserk also made him take more damage, so it made my auto attack deal more too. So it's really hard to know. It would have been very close.
Yeah, well, at first you had all your buffs and everything, but after it, like, you ate up a lot of shit, so of course you'll be thinking less.
I don't know. It's so hard. But yeah, you might be right. I think he probably would have been able to take me out.
So yeah.
Hey, he did it, and I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, that was pretty exciting. But yeah, I'll give the key of the match on the absence of Berserk Stone on Sushi side.
Yeah, I'll do the same, because yeah, that's definitely what for sure won me the match.
All right, great prep coming from both players, and GG both, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Next video. All right, so match number 3. On your side, we have a totally different comp. Nope, it's the same. And on Sushi's side, we got a totally different comp for the 3rd time. Props to her. Okay, so we have Ice, Oldoa, Severo, and Mish. All right, so let's check that out.
So yeah, this is the team that destroyed me every single time I faced up against it. The first time versus Sushi and also versus Mao. This team is scary. As I mentioned to you before, I have plenty of ice resistance. Even though she's not the main damage dealer, I figured it would help against versus the A2 and also versus her. But I also have plenty of Ice Eater on the Lilith as well. So I'm hoping to be able to chew through the Oldoa, because as long as her aura is up and the mages are next to her, they just don't die. You'll also notice I put Heart of Flutter on Tyrell, so I tried to get him out there at first to kind of bait out some initial buffs, but unfortunately the DPS are over on the other side, so initial positioning did not work out in my favor, and so he's just kind of out there. I might be able to bait out one from Oldoa here, but that was it. I was kind of hoping to bait out the DPS.
Alright, so we got Tyrell. First damage on your side, Vampiric is only 1k on that Oldoa. At least now is out of the way, so AP Devastator, so about 3k on that Oldoa, but because of the heal back, now she's full health. Next we got Severo. Is he able to... Yeah, so Wataraga on the both unit. Oh, about 7 and 9k on the both unit. Not a lot from Lucio on that Oldoa, also Oldoa going next. What is she going to do? So she's chanting something. Next we got Mish, so also chanting. Abyssal Mire, so able to kill that Lilith. Mindbuster coming from Oldoa and killing your Tyrell. So we got a 3 versus 1 already. Asted Severo going against your Lucio, and doing Bravery down is going to be really big. But you have your LB coming from your side. It could be really devastating. I will say that we'll really have hope Lucio to did it more at the end of the fight, because it helps you recover some HP and you were nearly full, so it's not really great for that. Oldoa's LB next. About 1k on that Lucio, and he's recovering at all, and also giving himself some AP, so that's really great. Next we got Mish. So Flare, that's not good for you, so it is an elementless, so about 3k on that Lucio. Next we got Oldoa. Soul Reap, and she now have only 7 AP, but that Severo has plenty. Oh, but you only have 23 though, and not even able... So we got the L back coming from Oldoa, so about 10k. Severo's nearly dead, and now Severo's starting to hit really hard, and next we got Mish. We got a Flare coming from Mish. About 3k. Next we got Oldoa, basic attack, still 700, so that's not too bad. And now you're obligated to go to a basic attack yourself. And now we get that mighty Severo, and if he's going for a Esper, it's probably because he's finishing in Europe.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah,
there's always a chance. But yeah, no. Like I said, that team, I've said it before, it is the bane of my entire roster's existence. I was going through everything that I had to just for this team. Like I was like, if I can beat this team, then maybe I can tweak it to kind of help against the A2. I was like, nothing I had could beat this team, so I just had to pray that Sushi wouldn't bring it. Yeah, it was a rough match. It was closer than I honestly expected, even though you wouldn't know it from the health pools. I think if Lilith was able to live a little longer, land another hit, or if the Bravery down didn't come out right before my limit burst, might have helped out with the damage a little bit. Because I just need to take out some of the DPS, because you can see how well my Lucia was tanking some of the damage from all of them, especially in the beginning. I don't think a single one of them did more than 1,000 damage to him in the beginning while all my buffs were up. So he had the bulk. It was just the damage with that aura, it was way too small. Very, very well built and played from Sushi. It's a monster of a team, especially when paired up with A2 as an option.
So yeah, I think that the key of the match was initial placement on your side. I think that if both of your DPS would have started at the left side, maybe you could have caught that zero earlier to killing him first, but unfortunately for you, I think that you went more for the Oldoa at the very beginning, and after that the Mish. We'll never know, but I think that in the end it was a matter of placement.
Yep, and I was actually expecting Sushi to change up the strategy a little bit, because if you notice, in all 3 matches, she started with the tank on the same side. And the first match, I started with my DPS on the left, but then the other 2 matches, I started with them on the right. Because I was like, on the 3rd match, I'm like, okay, maybe she'll swap her tank over to the other side. No, she kept her tank on the same side every time. That definitely got baited out there as well. So yeah, definitely liked it before. Well played to Sushi. It was an absolute blast playing with you and getting to chat with you. And yeah, you have a great roster, and it was really difficult to prepare for.
All right, unfortunately for you, I think that the karma was on Sushi's side because of the second match.
Yep, I'll take what I can get.
That was a really nice series, and GG to both players, but yeah, congratulations to Sushi for making it into the second round. Next time she'll face an opponent, it's going to be me.
Yep.
Last time I faced her, it was a very, very tight match, so let's see.
Yep.
Alright, so next series is going to be Ksaun against Maechen. This is a very highly expected series, especially because those 2 teams are team. On the Ksaun side, we got Auron, Aerith, and Snow. On Maechen side, we got double Raryu and Zazan. Let's check that out.
I mean, like I said, we saw this match. I think it was the last match before the playoffs. I just love seeing these 2 teams going at each other, because there's 2 theme teams. Like, you got full collab units on one side, you get the double, the 2 puffs, as Maechen says, where we have both of the Raryu and Halloween Raryu on the same team. So coming out from Maechen's side, looks like going for an Earth strategy. Not sure, I'd have to go back through Ksaun's roster and see how many like lightning units he has, but I definitely know he has the Cloud. And so maybe Maechen was expecting the Cloud coming out in this first round here, or maybe just feeling like this is the team that just matches up best against his roster. But over on Ksaun's side, we have the Snow, Auron, and Aerith. Snow, a really good tank, as I've said it many times on the record. And his LV upgrade is great because it can actually stun the enemy, and with a very high chance too. I did see the Raryu over on Maecen's side get the Jealous Wrath TMR online, so that's something to look for. Original Raryu, known for being able to put up some good stats effects like Disable with the arm shot, but with the Berserk chance there too, it's like a double threat. Really good buff rotation coming out from Ksaun. They're very stacked up, so they could be susceptible to AoEs, but all the buffs cut online.
There's too many objects in front of him, so he can't land anything but that jamming trust, so that's why he used it. At least he stayed back, so this is good, but he has the bow ties, so he's going to drag unit on his side anyway. Alright, so we got a buff coming from Auron. Next we got Snow. I don't think he has the... I said nothing. I said nothing! He's going to waste the Sovereign Fist, his LB on that Ryu. He's killing in one shot, but that's not too... Oh no, he didn't use his one-shot shield because he used the Berserk TMR instead, and when attacking the second time, so that's why.
Instead. Yep.
Alright, so Aerith, I don't know what she's chanting. Probably healing. So Zazan did a lot on that Snow, who's nearly dead. Holy Prayer, so yes, they're all healed back. So we got Auron, his LB, Tornado. Ice unit doing a Fire Tornado. So doing about 6k on everyone, that's really big. And next we got Snow, but he doesn't have his LB anymore, so Smite 2, this is a guaranteed hit move. But he had the re-raise at least, but next is going to be Aerith, and we know that she can attack. that Aerith can attack. So let's see what she's going to do. She's chanting. Next, we got Ryu, at least. Let's see what he's going to do. We hope that it's going to be his LB. So no, Spell Breach and not able to kill that Arif. At least he healed back. And Arif is... Oh, so he's aiming the Ryu. Alright, so next we got Your Zazan. So that's really big. Doing a ton again on that snow. So it's nearly back near to death. Oran hitting that Your Zazan. He can hit him, so killing that Zazan. It's a Ryu against the world. Alright, Snow going with Ravage, not killing the Ryu. Arif is going next, probably chanting another of her Ray Beam or something. No, she's going for Healing Wind. Yep, I think that Maechen is toast. I can see him recovering from this.
Yeah, I don't like the odds. Even with an Limit Burst here,
yeah,
getting a poison, it's really rough. Oh, but it is a Limit Burst hitting all three.
All three. So it better be like 10k on everyone. No, about 4k on everyone. The poison is there, but he won't live long enough. Unless they are all drained out of AP. Oran at 15. Okay, so it might be the case.
Wait! Because if Aerith chants, she's gonna die to poison. Oh, wait a minute.
So we have regen and plenty of AP. Alright, so let's check that out. I don't know if Snow still has his... oh, so we got the heal back, killing that Oran, so that's pretty massive. Next, we got Arif. She's going to heal, but now she's dead because of the poison. So it is going to be a Poison Snow against Ryu that keep healing himself back, but heal back proc from that Snow, so he's now has his 12k back. So Hazard Disruption, but Ryu keep healing himself, though. The poison again, but now it's done. Only 17 AP on that Ryu. Stone Blade and just... No! Not killing the Snow! So one last attack. Ah, but it has basic attack on front Snow. And Ryu will be able to finish the fight. What a comeback.
Wow!
That fight was massive.
That was insane. I mean, like, I wasn't joking necessarily, but I was like, there is a world where the Ryu does the Limit Burst and lands the poison on everyone, and that helps him come back into the fight. I didn't think that was actually going to happen. There is no world where I thought that was actually going to happen. That was incredible. I'm kind of at a loss for words because I haven't seen the comeback that big in a while. I mean, like, if it was a unit like A2 or a unit like, something like that, I can see it. I can expect it. But Halloween Ryu was the last unit I expected to make that kind of comeback. So, very, very impressive.
Don't worry, Chisei, I'll edit out the part where we look like fools.
Oh, perfect. Just edit out. Just mute my commentary for the last half of that match there.
So yeah, it's going to be cut and off of the fight, and then we'll go straight to the you loss.
Perfect.
All right, at that moment we're like, okay, so there's one thing that Halloween Ryu could do and that could save him, but it's very unlikely. But it happened. It really happened.
It really did. It was that 1 in a million chance that you just never thought would happen. Like, he was, to be fair, he was very lucky that the Snow was out of AP there, because I think the Snow definitely could have finished him off at one point. I think it was right before he used his Limit Burst. I think the Snow went for an auto attack. Yeah, the Snow being out of AP and the Aerith just being just low enough health so that the poison killed her as she was chanting, because she was probably chanting a heal. Both of those things, he had just enough damage and just enough health at the end to be able to make that comeback. Very, very impressive.
The thing is that every single bit of that region was very beneficial to Maechen, and I guess that he was wielding the Blood Sword because he kept healing himself. Those two were very, very crucial to Maechen. I have to give the key of the match to Ryu in general and how he was built.
Yeah, I mean, just because I called the Limit Burst and the Limit Burst happened and that's what swung the game, I mean, I'll give it specifically to the Limit Burst just because it was just so flashy, but yeah, Halloween Ryu in general was incredible.
Alright, the two other matches better be as good.
They better be. I got my expectations high now.
Yes. Alright, so let's jump into the next match. Alright, so next match between Ksaun and Maechen. On Ksaun's side, there's no change. I think that he said to himself that he was supposed to win the last match, so he's only doing little fixes. And on Maechen's side, maybe that he was expecting the lightning, so he decided to keep going with the earth. And also he has won, so what did he have to lose?
Exactly. And like I said, the last match was super, super close, so I don't blame either player for bringing back their teams. As we saw, the Ryu last match didn't really get to do much of anything, so I think swapping over to the Zazan instead of the Ryu is a good call from Maechen. Looks like with the positioning, though, he's not using the Zazan over as a tank, but probably as a buffer. Because he does have that Man-Eater buff, which will help out with some of the damage. Because I definitely know that the UR Zazan was lacking a little bit of damage there, so maybe this might help buff him up a bit. Unless he goes to buff, yeah, the Halloween. Oh, preventative medicine, actually. So it's disable, stun, I think that's silence.
HP up?
Nullified? Okay, and HP up. I'm not entirely sure which of the units over on... oh, stun nullified. Obviously, the snow. That makes sense. I was about to say, I wasn't sure which of the status effects, but yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, coming back to Ksaun's side, the match was super, super close. The team did very well. I don't blame him for running it back. And if anything like my series went, I knew that my team that I had brought versus Sushi was pretty much the only team on my roster that felt really good against all of her, anything that she could bring. So maybe Ksaun feels the same way, where other units might have a better chance, but this might be his best all around. Here comes the limit burst, but I think it's only hitting the snow, but that's also the most important target.
Yeah,
no
only
poison,
hitting
though.
Only hitting the snow, no poison, and also, what the hell is that Zazan doing in the back? His job is essentially to disturb the enemy team, but now he's only disturbing Maechen. So reapplying the buff again.
But the buff the first time went on the Halloween Ryu, but now the other, the UR Zazan also has the stun nullify, so that's good for whichever target he chooses.
We got Ravage on that Ryu, Hazard Disruption, again not a lot of damage, so not a lot of heal back, so all units are grouped up. Next is going to be your Zazan. Good for him though that he's going to proc that limit burst, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Ksaun's side, so doing a ton on that snow. So because of his L back, he's now back to full health, but still that was pretty impressive, and now he has a guaranteed hit nullify. Next we got Arif. I don't know what she's going to do, so Protective Familiar. Now we got Zazan, Murderous Blade doing, wow, 8k on that snow. Alright, I said nothing, he's going to be useful. Next we got your Zazan finishing up that snow, but he adds still his courage, still 60 AP. He's going for that LB. Now that TMR is going to be very handy. Okay, but
except it wore out.
it wore out on that Ryu, and he's only living because of that courage, and it did a ton also on that Zazan. So Dragon Fang finishing up that Zazan, so now it is 3 versus 2. Next we got Arif, probably using our LB though. Yes, that's probably going to heal up Snow to full health. So let's check that out. And defense up along the way. Next we get Ryu. Fortunately for Maechen, he has another chance to attack, but now the LB is already up, so that's really not good. Spell Breacher not able to kill that Arif, but at least he got a lot of HP back. Next we got yours Zazan, maybe finishing up. Okay, no, so a triple. Oh, so finishing up that Snow, that's going to be really big. Oh no, but he had re-raise and is going next. So next we got Snow, only 20 AP going. Okay, so 2k attack, basic attack on that Ryu, so that's really odd, maybe that everything is off. Next we got Asted Aran going for the Ryu, finishing him up. Alright, so we got 3 versus the UR Zazan. He still have his guaranteed hit, maybe for one more turn, I'm not sure. So yeah, Holy Prayer, so everyone is back to full health, and Zazan only has 46 AP, so is he going for the Snow? Honestly, I don't like Maechen's out, because we have the Arif that's keep healing the Snow. A lot of damage coming from that Auron though, and now we get Smite too, and finishing up that Zazan. But he still had his re-race, and now we got Arif going again. Maybe chanting, does she have the time? No, Zazan's going next. I think he has time to kill that Snow. Not even. Holy Prayer again, and we got 7k back, and now we got Snow going again. I miss on that Zazan now that the guaranteed hit is done. Now we got the Auron, and it seems like he has the accuracy, and finishing up that Zazan. Woo.
Yeah.
Pretty intense.
Another really good match.
So yeah, Chisei, according to you, what was the key of the match?
Man, that's hard to say. I mean, I think the limit burst from the Snow was actually pretty massive. That was a good tide shifter there, because it did manage to stun the Halloween Ryu so that he wasn't able to deal any more damage that turn, which if he did have a turn there, you might have been able to finish off the Aerith or someone, to, especially if chained up with the Halloween Ryu. But having that turn where he was not only brought down to courage but also stunned. So the Halving Ryu went down pretty quickly after that, and that was one of, you saw how big of a star he was last match. So getting him disposed of relatively early on in the fight was pretty big for Ksaun. And as you saw, once the Halving Ryu was gone, all of Ksaun's units are pretty much all full health almost because of that Aerith surviving. All of the onslaught that she did just meant that she was able to keep everyone topped off full health. And it's hard especially for UR Zazan, because he doesn't really have AoE attacks. So as long as the snow still had hate, that Aerith was not getting hit. Unfortunately for Maechen, the zombie Ryu did go down pretty quickly, and the Aerith was just able to stay pretty safe in the backline.
I think I'll give the key of the match to Aerith. Honestly, the clutch healing every time, that was really what made him win the match, because how many times did Ksaun theoretically kill Snow? I think that he absorbed like 50k damage.
Yeah, no, I'm there with you. The Aerith by far was a huge star, and I think that I was saying the stun because it killed the Halving Ryu to let the Aerith stay safe. Because the Aerith, as long as the Aerith was alive, Ksaun's team was not dying.
Alright, so we had another banger, so we're going to go to the third match of this series.
I think the adjustments made from both teams actually were very, very good. I'm looking forward to see what adjustments they make for this final match as well.
Alright, let's check that third match. Alright, so next match between Ksaun and Maechen. On Ksaun's side, I mean, why change such a well-built formula? And on Maechen's side, we got a totally different team. So we got really the Cold Triangle in Zazan, Winter, Victoria, and Ice Olet. So let's check that out.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, Ksaun bringing in the same team worked incredibly well. Honestly, both fights. So I'm totally with him in keeping this team. It worked out very well, especially last round.
On the same spot?
On the same spot. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But on Maecen's side, I gotta say, he is like Rock Lee taking off the leg weights right now, because he is no longer sticking to his 2-puff lineup. This is 3 completely different units. There is no... He is going all out. This is a completely different team that we have never seen from Maechen, because he always tries to bring 2 of the same named unit. But this time we actually have Howlet, Victoria, and Zazan, so 3 different units. But a really good team, I will say. Especially bringing out the Ice Howlet against the Snow. I think the magic damage is going to be big. Aerith does have that magical barrier that she did use last time, and she might still have it for this round as well. So that might mitigate some of the damage coming out from the Ice Howlet. But aside from that, I think that the Ice Howlet might be able to deal a bit more damage than his other units were, especially because Ice Howlet's been his main character pretty much this whole tournament. Every time he brings out the Ice Howlet, he always seems to win.
3 things. The first one is that I think that Zazan was with the arithmetician sub-job, because it took really a long time for him to do nothing. The second thing is that there's no honor in playoffs, so you can do whatever you want, you gotta win!
True.
and the third one is that I don't agree with you. I use Winter Victoria a lot of time in the WDL Season 4, and she sucks.
Hey, I'm just saying that a ranged unit on this map, because Ryu, I think, was a decent choice. Unfortunately, because he's a gunner, that line of sight really messed him up to the point where he had to use jamming thrust instead of arm shot. But having a bow unit, being able to arc over some of this terrain, might be a good chance. And she also does have the high ground here. As long as she doesn't move off of that high ground and stays in the back, which, archer units love to just kind of get into the middle of fights for no reason. But if she stays where she's at, this could be really good for Maechen. Because even if her damage isn't the best, even if her abilities aren't the best, if she's able to stay safe, putting out consistent damage is always going to be helpful.
Yeah, I like where she is right now, but she's going to f up.
Fortunately, I agree. Yeah, she's... Oh, she doesn't,
that's so bad.
Move that far out. Yeah, so that's actually not bad. She does move off the high ground, but she's not in the line of danger right now. I don't think Oren's going to be able to make it to her. But it doesn't look like she has bow tie, so he might be drawn towards her. Nope.
Alright, first blood. Oh, so we got the immobilize coming from Oren, so really not a lot of damage, but that immobilize could be really big. Right, so let's check that out. Better be doing a ton of damage. So only 5k on that Snow, but the healing down is going to be really great though. It was a nice change. And alright, so only a guard ace. Isolet lapping everyone, but this time is going for Oran, so that's really hard. So Snow going, and who? I didn't see who he was hitting,
but I think it's the Ice Howlet. I'm not sure. No!
Oh no, the Victoria! Oh, and stunning her. That's really bad because she was going next. Yeah, maybe the blind could have been really nice. Next, we got Oran again. Last time we didn't do a lot of damage. Now both units are immobilized. Well, Zazan has treatment. Okay, no, so he's going for a killing cross on that snow, not a lot of damage. Next, we got Winter Victoria, so at least she was kind of fast because she could go again. Break spread, going to decrease the attack, not too bad, increasing a little bit of her CT, but I think that she's dead right now, so Smite 2, yeah. Winter Victoria is down. Next, we got Aerith. She'll be able to do a nice LB. I think that it's only hitting the Oran, I'm not so sure. So let's check that out. Yes, so only the Oran, now he's back at full F. It also increases defense. So momentum, alright, so it's going to be very big for that Olet, and he's going right away, right after the Oran. It haven't reapplied the immobilize, at least. Alright, Isolet with a 125 AP, though that's really big, especially if it has healer back. One-shotting that snow, but he's now back at full F because of his massive LB. Smite 2, not doing a lot. Oh, but removing the buff and the ace on the Olet. At least he's going next. If he's able to one-shot him again, I think that Maechen's going to have the edge, but... Oh, yeah, so killing the snow one-shot and hitting... Oh, okay, no, he had the re-raise from Aerith. We always forget this. Next, we got Oran, only a basic attack, so he's out of AP. I think that Snow is out of AP. Okay, no, so 27, Smite 2 again. Alright, Isolate is now pretty low, and now we got Aerith again. But at least for Maechen, he's able to pull up a lot of damage. Another basic attack, auto cure though. Oh, 6k! That's really a lot of HP back. Alright, now we have Isolate only at 77 AP. Evenly Diffusion. Oh, not going for the snow, so not even able to kill those two units. Basic attack coming from snow. The auto cure again. Next we got Aerith. Probably another heal. Holy Prayer, probably, yes. So they're all at full F, but only 5 turns remaining. You got to put up some damage, otherwise he's going to lose 2 turns. Probably the last action of Olet. Let's see what kind of damage he can do. You really have to kill them all. Evening Diffusion not able. Oh, so I think that it's going to turn in Ksaun's favor.
Yep, I think you're right.
Man, the auto cure, I think he procced it at every single attack he received.
Especially at the end there. Yeah, in the beginning, he was not proccing auto cure at all, but at the end, he's just like, let's go back to full. Why not? Why not?
I'm really surprised because I think that the first comp on Maechen's side with the Yorazazan and Halloween Ryu, honestly, I thought that Ksaun didn't add the main to beat that team, but what he did with his team that didn't have that much connection between them, I mean, it's really great. It's really a great team. There was a lot of bulk into it. Like, they received a lot of damage, but there was like re-raise and courage, so there was always a mean like for Aerith to shine. So again, on this fight, I have to give the key of the match to that Aerith.
I agree. Key of the match definitely goes to the Aerith for me as well. The re-raise on the snow was huge because obviously Pallet ended up killing him, so the re-raise ended up mattering. And then just being able to keep him healed up all through the rest of the fight too. All 3 units are still alive, and it's all thanks to the Aerith. If that Aerith went down at any point in that match, even on like the second to last turn, I think Maechen would have won. But her being able to heal back to full every single round was, yeah, absolutely huge.
So, Ksaun, I'm counting on you to pull up that same shit against Greatness next week. Don't let the dream die. Alright, GG to both players. That was a fantastic series. A great one. Thank you guys for this one.
Yes, thank you so much. Super fun to watch. I always love seeing the theme teams going against each other, and the fights themselves, aside from them being theme teams, were incredibly fun to watch. Absolute GGs to both players. One of my favorite matches to Shoutcast so far, and congrats to Ksaun for sure.
Alright, thank you everyone for watching, and we're going to see you in the next series for the Charming Division.
Yep, can't wait.